here, I believe it should be mandatory therapist in hand,
Oh, I
therapy
agree.
sessions. I mean, even at the dialysis center where you're sitting on that fucking machine, somebody's there talking to you. You know, because like you're going, it's like everybody's taking everything away. Like boom, 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 and nobody's there to talk to you except for, oh, now you're supposed to bark.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Or hitting the button to shut the blood pressure machine off.
We're just part of the machine at that point. You know?
Yeah.
There's nobody, there's no, you know, unless you were blessed to have that one or two nurse that could help you. You know, it was just,
I mean, we do have a few of those, but we give the shout outs to them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you know, we'll be hearing more from them too, because hopefully they're going to be doing interviews with us too. Whether we can do it in the facility, that's the sketchy part with them, I'm not sure. But they said they're more than welcome to walk outside the front door and have to talk about whatever we want outside there. So, I mean, to me, as long as we get them on tape.
Yeah.
Talk to them about it. I don't care where it's at. I just ain't buying them dinner. You know what I mean? Just so grab buy dinner. Like that. But I mean, I think that would be like could be a very important part of what we're doing here.
Absolutely.
You know.
We want to get everybody's point of view from it, you know what I mean? Because we obviously want to give our point of view because only people on dialysis can understand that part of it. Like, it's good to, like, see, like I like following a bunch of people on TikTok now who are on dialysis or even got kidney transplants. And it's very, very interesting. And I've been taking notes, like, everything they're doing. Actually, this woman who I follow, her husband is in stage 5 kidney failure, has a GFR of 9%, which is what happened, which I was on when I got diagnosed. And he is not on dialysis. And it's because he totally changed his whole diet. Although you do have to buy her things, like to read like what the food they eat. I mean, they do describe it a little bit, but it's very interesting. And even my mom said she doesn't think I should have been dialyzed.
Yeah, there's like another thing too. I heard. I don't know if I ran it by yet. That I actually kind of sort of remember, but my ex told me about this a couple days ago. That before the dialysis discussion came on board, they were talking about putting a stent between the intestine and the kidney to widen it. So, like, you know how they say there's a restriction flowing in there? Yeah, come on back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know, don't be sorry.
We might have to cut that part out. Sorry.
That was an option I didn't know was even possible, you know, where you didn't have to do dialysis, you know. You put that little stint in there and it gives you buys another 5 to 6 years. I mean, shit, what I would have done for 5 years. Yeah, that's supposed to be what they do.
You were telling me about that.
And I was like, wow, I was like, you know, I'm thinking, even if it would have gave me 2 or 3 more years, I would have had to have those years to prepare for this.
Yeah.
You know, because there's like, now, you know, there's certain insurances I could have paid for. To, like, when I got sick, I would have paid for my health care, paid for my nursing home. Did you know that there's an actual insurance you can buy, pay towards it, so when it's time for you to go into a nursing home, they pay for it.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even know that. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
But you need at least two years of accruing it, so you need to be like not sick for 2 years. And I was like, that's where that 3-year window comes in. You know,
But that's rough for us, so.
Yeah, I mean it's rough. It's rough the way I got hit. I mean, I'm sure it's the same way you too. It's like when I found out, it was like I was a deer in the headlights.
Right.
You know, I was like, I'm gonna lose what? I gotta do what? I gotta be here 3 days a week. I gotta sit there, you know, I gotta do what? You know, and then we all probably had that one optimistic fucking nephrologist out there that was like, it's gonna be like Candyland when you get off the machine. You're gonna be happy, like the gingerbread man.
You're gonna feel good.
You know, only thing is a gingerbread
Meanwhile,
man.
we're coming home throwing up.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we're gonna feel great.
Meanwhile, the only one's a gingerbread man is that fucking nephrologist.
Right.
You can't find him, you know what I mean? And like, I can't wait to get home. I've never seen him since. You know, he signed that paper,
My
put
mom
me on.
used to email that our nephrologist. We also happen to have the same nephrologist.
Yes. Come on in. Oh yeah, push. You can come in. Just one of them nurses.
We actually happen to have the same nephrologist.
Yeah.
My mom emailed that Dr. De Palma like crazy.
He's a good guy. He's a good one.
That I like him better than Loman.
Yeah, I got stuck with Loman. He was like Dookie Howser, you know. He was like the youngest one of the bunch. Then I met Apollo, which he fixed a lot of problems I was having.
He's very good. He's
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah. You know, it was pretty cool. You know, and he got me through a lot of. Apollo got me through a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
especially like one thing is to me one of my biggest problems was I was in and out of the hospital. Which
Yeah.
is that's what ended me in a nursing home. They were like, you can't be here for 2 weeks and then come back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
My last time I was in the hospital, so you have to go to a facility. You just
Yeah.
can't pick it, you know. And
Yeah,
it was-
yeah.
And I'm sure it was like with you at one point where you're saying like you had to go, you know.
This is my 4th nursing home in 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Ever since I've been on dialysis, I've been nonstop in. Well, okay, so yeah, a little bit about my story. So, like I said, July 2023, I got diagnosed with dialysis. And, then I didn't know dialysis causes some people to have seizures. Never had a seizure in my life. I am 32 years old, and when I got diagnosed, I was like 29. So, I started seizing. Well, a certain hospital, I'm not going to name names because I don't want anybody to, you know. Anyway, the hospital I went to gave me a medication, a seizure medication, that I happened to be allergic to. So, about 3 months into my dialysis, I was in a coma, on hospice, on life support for about a month. My mom told them, get me off hospice, get her off those pain meds, and get her. I was on a ventilator, had a feeding tube in me. So after that, my mom told them to get me off hospice. A week later, I woke up, and mothers know best. You know what I mean? And I give a huge shout out to my mother's boyfriend as well. He got her through it because she said if I lose my kid, she might off herself, she said. Which, just keeping it real, I'm just keeping it real. And he said, Annemarie's a fighter, and she's gonna make it. And he was right. And when I woke up from being in a coma for a month, my muscles could not work. I went up to go on the bathroom, and I dropped to the floor. I couldn't walk. So anyway, he would bring boxing gloves, have me punch to get my muscles going. Then, when I was in a wheelchair at home, when I finally got to go home 6 months later, but then I went to the nursing home, and they had me they had very bad conditions at that nursing home. And then when I asked to go to the hospital, they told me I had to find my own ride at 2 in the morning. I can't even walk.
Yeah, keep it.
I can't even walk. You want me to, find my own ride to the hospital? That's totally crazy. Anyway, that nursing home, he got me out of ASAP. Then I went to another one, which wasn't that bad, after going to the hospital a bunch of times at home, cause it was rough. Like we all know, it's a total life-changing moment. So, we tried. My mom tried. She looked up everything about dialysis, like what things I needed to eat, what things were bad for me, what to avoid. It was wonderful. So she was very, very trying a lot. And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a new spring, new me type thing. Because after I got sick, I got my roommate kicked out of my room because I was in there longer than her. And they said, do you want her in here? She was a very dirty lady. She never washed her hands after she went to the bathroom. Now you're gonna notice on this podcast
Cool.
and the videos that I'm very, very blunt. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. So, she never washed her hands when she went to the bath. I was constantly Lysoling white. I still, to this day, do that. Even with myself, and I'm the only one in my room. So, they told me they are gonna eventually get me a roommate, but they're gonna make sure they're compatible with me. But I really stay in my room a lot because I'm trying to do a new spring, new me type thing.
You're doing good too.
And be very positive, and just want to restart, I'm a big universe person, and I'll explain a lot of that too when I introduce Chris, because me and my boyfriend Chris, actually, he's gonna try and be my donor, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that is such a good feeling of safety and
Not a safety net for you.
yeah, exactly. And he's been there for me since day one. We've known each other about 8 years. We'll get more into that later though, but I'm just here, like I said, we have 50-50%, and then maybe even when I do, because I am still gonna do that podcast with my niece. That is my world, that girl. You'll know. I'll talk about her a lot. We'll call her Okie Dokie, because I don't want to throw her name out there in case my sister gets mad at me. But
It
yeah.
doesn't be a team. And
Oh,
that's-
yeah.
That's what this video was.
my family, his family, and his family. Actually, when we first met each other, he already knew my mom.
Yeah.
I said, "Do you know Amy?" And I'm not going to say her last name right now because I don't want to throw that out there. And he said, "Yeah." I said, "That's my mom." And he said, "No way." And then I said, "Do you know Richard?" And then he said, called him by his nickname. And I was like, "Yep." I was like, "And that's her boyfriend." And he said, "Oh my God."
And what did they say about my brother?
Oh yeah, they knew his brother Mikey.
Yeah, they knew us all, which is
Yep.
good, I mean, that just.
So it was already like an instant bond.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the dialysis thing on top of that.
That was
And like he said, we would always make sure, and I know not a lot of people, like some people on dialysis don't have diabetes, but a good portion of them do. So we'll even talk about that on the show.
Yeah.
You'll hear more. We're always making sure we don't bottom out, and even if we, I used to remember I used to give you snacks,
Yeah.
like candy all the time,
Yes,
just so he doesn't bottom out, because
Yeah.
he has a tendency to do that a lot.
yes, that's my downfall.
I'm on the same boat, don't worry. I had to get a sugar shot the other day.
Yeah, those are the
After drinking 2 apple juices and marshmallows.
Those sugar shots are like the thing that looks like in Pulp Fiction. You understand me with that?
I was just staring
Like,
at
where are you gonna
it.
put that,
I was just like this.
Yeah.
Right, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all, that bond right there, it's like, which we hope to spread with a lot of other people.
Yeah.
To like hoping this, can grow into something.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna get its own legs, and it's gonna eventually.
And even like you guys, those warriors out there, even non-warriors, because we could even do
Yeah.
like how they have like Al-Anon things.
Yes,
Like we could even do it like for people who support dialysis or have people going through it, because there's a lot of like moms and sisters and brothers and daughters and stuff that have to take care of parents on dialysis.
Yeah.
And that's a big work job.
Yeah.
That is a hard job to fill.
And like another topic too is like, that I was actually thinking about earlier, but I'll say it now, is like, you're gonna get 2 good concepts or points of view from where Annemarie and Chris are gonna be talking about their relationship, and then also for me, I'm gonna be in a Lookford relationship, so to speak.
And we can even have him and Chris on a show one
Yeah,
day.
yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like there's
Just
so
having
much
chats
views.
about
Yeah.
basic things. We don't even have to make this. We can, even if something you just want to share, you
Yeah.
want to get it out, have no problem coming to us.
Yeah.
We are great listeners, me and Tim.
Yes, and I think this is gonna be an opportunity where a lot of people can do that.
Yeah, yeah.
The more voices
And that's
you
what we want.
Yeah, that's what to be honest with you, that's what I believe we're looking for. It's just that, that communication in the relationships.
Yeah,
Which
absolutely.
is very important. I think, like, one of the key things that, like, we're basically been beating around the bush is our need for a relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking like dating,
Yeah, not just dating,
like,
just relationships in
friends,
general.
it's like, cause believe it or not, I mean, if you've been in dialysis as long as we have, you see a lot of people go.
Yeah, a lot.
And a lot of friends turn into acquaintances.
And that's what I don't like about nursing homes either, because I do not like getting close to people.
Yeah, not here. You can't, you know what I mean? 'Cause
And
like,
seeing them go in a body bag, I don't like seeing those body
But
bags.
because one thing I think is like kind of good on their side is like when they see us communicating with them, they cheer up a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
That's why they love, my
Yeah.
nursing home loves Chris, because he comes so, literally almost every single day.
yeah, that's good to see that.
They
the
love
interaction
seeing
and
that,
everything.
they love seeing that.
Like with all of us, like then when
Right.
you come down, I go out there. I smoke cigarettes still, I should, but like it's the crowd that you draw.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like I can see it. It's like wow, it really means a lot to them. But like Annemarie was saying before, is like you can't put your heart out there too much because they're here for much